Roberto Armien is director of Capoeira Orlando, where he dedicates his time to guiding the next generation of capoeiristas. I'm meeting him at the Capoeira Circle to learn more about the history behind this Brazilian martial art. Tell us about yourself in Capoeira Orlando.
My name is Roberto Armien. In Capoeira, I'm known as Mestre Folklore. I've been doing Capoeira now for 22 years. I started Capoeira in Orlando in the year 2000 and opened up my first school here in East Orlando in 2007. We've been continuously teaching now for 15 years. So I want you guys to sing, be loud.
And what does capoeira mean?
Capoeira, the word itself comes from the native Brazilians, the Tupi-Guarani, ca and poeira, which means low grass. And it refers to the area where the slaves would get together in Brazil to practice this martial art that they were doing. So capoeira, in essence, isn't so much what we're doing, but where they were practicing it and how people are identifying it.
What are the origins of capoeira and what makes it unique?
Capoeira is an Afro-Brazilian art. It was created in Brazil about 400 or 500 years ago. It was created by the African slaves as a way to free their hearts, free their spirits, and in some cases free their physical bodies. It was not permitted for slaves to fight on a plantation, but they were allowed to have free time and play around and try to keep a lot of their traditions they brought up from Africa. So making it look like what they were doing was just dancing and singing and goofing off, they made up a martial art that disguised as a dance. So as a result, we have music as part of capoeira. We teach how to play the berimbau, the atabaque, pandeiro, agogo, reco-reco. These are all, I know, weird words, but they are instruments that we learn how to play, and in addition to that, we teach them how to sing. So it's an expressive martial art. It is a dance, it is a fight, it's all at the same time.
You mentioned the Capoeira Circle, which has instruments and dancers around. Can you show us that?
Sure. So the roda, or the circle, is where they would gather to practice capoeira. So in order to dance, you need music. So that's where we have these instruments come and play. The big one that you see here is the atabaque, or the drum, but probably the most interesting and unique instrument that we have is the one I'm here in my hand. It's called the berimbau. It's made out of a tree that only grows in Brazil called beriba. So it's a flexible bow with a metal wire and a hollowed out gourd. And essentially, you take the stick and you strike the wire, and you get one tone. The metal coin I have in my hand changes the tone from low to high. And in addition to playing this instrument, they would also sing songs. So part of the training here is actually learn how to sing in Portuguese. Paraná, 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 vou dizer minha mulher, Paraná, capoeira me venceu, Paraná, 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 Paraná.
And when did you first learn about capoeira?
I learned about capoeira in probably 1999, or maybe even a little before that. I saw a movie that was called Only the Strong. And it's a movie based out of Miami about capoeira and how it transformed some bad kids in the ghetto or in the slums out in Miami. But I was a kickboxer before starting this art. I was doing karate, and it was just one of those things I saw. I thought it was really cool. And then I saw a demonstration here in Orlando. I found out where a school was, and I joined up. And I've been doing it now for 22 years straight.
What are the goals and benefits of practicing capoeira in present day?
The goals and benefits are actually going to vary by person. Obviously, this is a martial art. It's a physical activity. Some people come, I want to lose weight, or I want to get in shape, or I want to be able to feel better and move better. And that's definitely something you can get from capoeira in any good physical fitness program. Capoeira bases, all our movements are based on moving your body. It's not about lifting weights or trying to move or stop anybody else. So we're doing cartwheels, we're rolling around, we're doing backflips, throwing kicks and whatnot. So it's, if your goal is to lose weight, if your goal is to get in shape, 100%. Capoeira can do that for you. But in addition to that, it's not just the physical side. There is a culture to capoeira. There is a history behind it. So being able to carry forth the tool that an oppressed people use to free themselves means more than just being able to do a push-up or being able to bench press or something to that effect. So in addition to that, we do music. So you're learning how to have an appreciation for rhythm, how to sing, how to project your voice, how to stand in front of a group of people. And these are things that a lot of individuals have in our society right now. Capoeira tends to strip all that away because we're all having fun while we're moving, while we're singing, while we're dancing, while you're fighting and learning how to defend yourself. So depending on what it is that you want, Capoeira has an answer for you. And I'd love to explore that with all my students and help them find whatever benefit it is that they want from this.
Why is it important to preserve this Brazilian martial art?
And Capoeira was something that was created by an oppressed people. People who were taken from their homeland and thrown into slavery. And if it was not for this art, for this escape from their day-to-day lives, their spirits would have been broken. That culture would have been broken. Capoeira gave people a sense of worth. It's the only martial art that I'm aware of that was created out of the oppression of slavery here in the Americas. Most of the martial arts that we're aware of are Asian-based. This is the only one that was created in South America. And it's the only Latin American-based martial art. It's something that is not very well widely known, but carries a lot of culture, a lot of history, and there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from it. And one of the things that we really do promote is the sense of community. It's being connected to other groups and other people in other cities. I've got friends all over the world that I can visit at any time and just look up a city, find a teacher, and you're gonna have an open home. So that level of culture and community is something that you don't find anywhere else.
What are the components of a capoeira circle?
In Capoeira, the circle we refer to as a roda, R-O-D-A. And roda means wheel. So again, going back to its origins, Capoeira was made to look like a dance. So you'd have a group of slaves go and make a circle, clapping their hands, singing, banging on drums. And from a distance, all you would see is two people in the middle just kind of dancing around back and forth. So the circle was a way of delineating the space for the two people to, quote unquote, dance or fight. And it was the center of the energy. So everyone is clapping, singing, projecting their energy toward the center, and those two players would then use that to evolve the game, and everything is focused on them. And then when another two people come in, then all the energy is focused on them. So the circle, the roda, is the heart of Capoeira, and all the instruments make up part of that circle as well as the people.
Show us some of your basic techniques.
So Capoeira as a martial art is based on evasion. It's not as many other styles where you're trying to stop the opponent. So in Capoeira, again, it was based on making it look like a dance. So our basic move is called the ginga, or the swing. So I want you to ginga with me. As we ginga here, if I try to kick him, he's going to do an esquiva or dodge. Come back up. Ginga, if I try kicking the other way, he dodges the other way. But if I do a combination, for example, if I do one kick and then try to kick him again as his face is lower, he's going to do esquiva, negativa, holy. Right back into rhythm.
And it looks like a dance.
And it looks like a dance.
So that was evading. How about the other techniques?
So in that sense, there was zero contact between the two individuals. But in a fight, you just don't have, well, I'll dance around a lot and duck a lot. Sometimes you have to give back what's being thrown. So with Ginga, he's going to throw a roundhouse kick in English, or in our terminology, martelo. Martelo means hammer. As he kicks, I'm going to evade the technique, but as I evade his strike, I'm going to take out the standing leg. Martelo. And in that sense, I'm not striking him, I'm letting the floor do my work for me.
Anything else you could show us?
So Capoeira, there's a misconception that Capoeira is only a kicking art, or that's only for dancing or for flipping, for acrobatics. Capoeira actually has a lot of other strikes along with it that you don't normally see in demonstrations. We do throw elbows, we do headbutts, we do have throws. So in this instance, we're going to show you the same technique that he threw, a roundhouse kick, or martelo. In this one, I'm going to catch his leg, and I'm going to gently put him on the floor. Ginga. Right. In addition to that, Capoeira, again, it is an expressive art. It is whatever you want to make it. So if you feel like doing a cartwheel, then do a cartwheel. If you want to do a handstand, then do a handstand. And if you want to do a side flip or anything, just do it. It's about having fun.
Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
Capoeira as a martial art is one of the most effective that I am aware of. As a physical fitness program, again, one of the most effective. Again, we're moving your body. Freedom. You get to express yourself in however that you want to move. The base of capoeira is a movement called ginga. Ginga literally means to sway or to swing. Everybody has their own swing. Everybody has their own way of moving, of walking, of talking, their own attitudes, their own personalities. So this is a free expression, much like any other contemporary dance. If you're doing jazz or you're doing dance or anything else, you're encouraged to have your own flair. And here you have the freedom to do that. Again, as a martial art that was derived from an oppressed people, the last thing an oppressed people are going to do is create an institution that further imposes rules and oppression on them. So it's about being free, about having fun and exploring your body. And for me, the best thing in the world is to see somebody accomplish a goal and do something that some people may consider very simple, like doing a handstand or doing a cartwheel. But to seeing a 35-year-old man's eyes light up like a 5-year-old kid because he did a cartwheel, and you have that moment, that's not something that you get in day-to-day life. And it's something that I see here on a regular basis, and it's the reason why I do what I do.
How can people who are interested stay in touch or learn more?
If you'd like to reach us, we have our website. It's capoeiraorlando.com. Pretty simple. We also have our Facebook, our Instagram, and same thing, it's Capoeira Orlando. But if you ever want to reach out and come try a class, we always give everybody a free class, and actually right now we'll give everybody a free week. So you can come try a class. If it's something that you want to stick with and continue, I'd love to have you come on by.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate you having us.
Thank you for having me.
If you're enjoying this show, please subscribe to our channel and follow our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter accounts.